And we're live.
It'll be powerful.
How much money? How much of a donation are we going to need for you to get actual breast implants? I think that's what everyone wants to know.
I've said how much it would be. I think the number changes all the time, but it depends how long they'd be for. Because everyone's got a number for like how long for a year.
Finish.
All right, so breast implants for 20 seconds. I don't know about that, but people say a lot of the time for like a year. And have you heard of that story about the guy? Oh my God.
I just linked it, yeah.
He got breast implants for a year as on a bet for $100,000. And then he just ended up keeping them. But my opinion of that was my opinion of that was that $100,000 is kind of low to get tits for a year. Like, and they're not small either. They're not A cups. They're like proper implants.
Yeah, they have to blur them out.
So what's the number?
$100,000 boobs.
I think it would need to be enough money that I wouldn't need to work, right? If it was forever, it'd be in the millions.
Yeah, you definitely leave them in there for a few months or something. I mean, they're gonna need a while to heal up, and like you're not gonna immediately. All right, they're healed. Time for another surgery.
I'd do it for a year for like $300 because if you took them out,
$300 or pounds.
Yeah.
I'm not
dollars or pounds.
We'll make it $3,000 right now. We'll start scheduling the doctor.
It costs more than that. I'd be out money.
You would.
You lose money to get breast implants.
Yeah, Dr. Nick will throw them in there for $500.
That's God.
And I imagine if you got them and then you got rid of them, like your skin would look really fucking bizarre, right?
No, I imagine a plastic surgeon's removing them too. And he would
I think I made that complaint because I always see like the girls like trans men, like when they go from women to men, they have like a bit of scarring because obviously that's a lot to move. Yeah. But a breast implant is just what I showed you, right? But under the skin, and I think they go in from like your armpit or something. I just push them in, and then you maybe have a tiny bit of scarring here. And then that was my like they're just squashing every complaint that I
have to move your nipple though.
I've seen women that have a long scar underneath their entire boob. Is that bad doctors or different procedure?
There's a couple ways to do it, and there's a couple ways to place them. They can go in. They can go in from the bottom, and they can go in from the side. When they go in from the side, you underestimate just how stretchy skin is, like because they make this tiny little incision, and they shove a fucking turkey into it. They're just like. They've got a tool and they're just like working it roughly into that hole. They're just packing this huge thing under there, but you want it under the muscle, from what I understand, but just like skin and then implant. When implants feel gross, they feel like water bottles for the most part. Sorry, anybody out there who's fake titties, they don't feel good.
They can do better ones though.
I'm sure they can, but
there's the fat implants too. You can do that. They don't look as like perfect though. I've heard like they don't look like just orbs instead, which a lot of them end up looking like. But I've heard of that. Something interesting was brought up to me. I've heard you can get 24 hours implants. So genuinely, unironically, you can get. There's women that will like. I couldn't find a use case for it unless like. A woman's got like a really fancy date to go to or something. And she just wants a bit of
she really wants to deceive a rich man.
Yeah, a bit of a boost for something because it lasts 24 hours. They inject like saline, I think.
Ooh.
And that's what it is. Yeah, I don't think it's like for like a guy to like have. You don't get D cups out of that, but you get maybe a size up or something.
Yeah, I think oftentimes with implants they have to move your nipple to another area too to make it like. Point the right way. God. So that's a thing.
They move it back.
No, he's saying that
repositioned.
Like, let's say, what would it be? Is it
that nipple's upside down?
If the boob sags and then they like put it under the muscle, now it's like pointing down. They need to like take that nipple, reposition it in the proper spot.
Can look good.
It can be tricky.
I think a better question would be how much for you guys? Because I'm already deep in the hole here. Like my number's probably going to be a bit lower. Or maybe higher because I know how much I probably get. But like, I kind of want to know individually how much.
How big? Like some big honkers?
Just absolutely bananas.
I'd say like C cups are pretty normal. Like they're the least but noticeable. You couldn't hide that.
I would get C cups and keep them for a year for I think $1 million would do it. I think $1 million would do it.
With the surgery paid for, all the expenses and everything.
Yeah.
You get cash $1 million or tax free $1 million.
And I would that would be pending speaking to the plastic surgeon and making sure that we're going to get back to something normal by the time we're done.
Can I have him do lipo while he's there?
Well, they just move it.
Yeah, just take all my late night, take all my late night binge eating and just make it hot. Right up to the tits. Yeah, probably about $1 million. I can't imagine like getting out of the shower, putting my glasses on, and
I think I can get $1.5 million. I think if people hear $1.5 million, they think $1 million, but it's significantly more. That's my negotiation.
That's $1 million after tax,
right?
Oh, good point.
My number's definitely lower, which is a bit. I was gonna say like for me like 300 grand or something, but if you were gonna do it, especially I want Taylor as well.
Yeah,
because you two, Kyle and Taylor, you're both fucking jacked at this point. Like you're both too muscular to look good with boobs. So
no such thing.
You'd pull it off. Yeah,
don't judge my porn.
You I don't know. I just look so absurd. I would be too embarrassed to go anywhere. Yeah, that would suck. But then also like $1.6 million, like I originally said. That's what if some Saudi billionaire like throws $5 million at us and this time 3 months from now we all have tits sitting here and we're all just like, what were we thinking? What he's like, I'm already a millionaire.
What were we
22
thinking?
years.
It's thrown off my flight patterns.
You know what the difference between having $4 million and having $5.5 million is, Kyle?
Tits.
You've got tits. That's the difference. Lots of back pain. And my wife won't sleep with me.
I mean, if it's a 1 year thing,
right?
I could see that for sure.
What's that one?
I feel like for 1 year, right? Jackie would whore me out. She'd be like, for another $1 million, you can fuck him in the ass.
You've got an expensive asshole.
I don't mean to brag, but yeah.
And you wouldn't even be able to tell. At least, like I have so much chest hair, you wouldn't be able to tell the scars after it was done. It would just be good to go.
Ideally, it's a minimal scarring.
I have no chest hair. You've seen my chest. I'm like a hairless cat over here.
It is, but you look great. You look even better with tits.
Do you know the
and stuff?
I've started doing bodybuilders. I think they shave like everything or they wax everything. But I've also been doing that. I'm not like naturally a hairy guy, but I shave my legs. I've got shaved legs and stuff. Shave my armpits. Out of doing all of that, I've like razor shaved my arms because you can't really like electric razor. If you shave your arms with a razor, you ruin your arms. It's awful.
Oh, really?
Awful. Oh. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Fun tip. Don't ever try.
You get bumps and stuff. It's gross. You want to use Nair though. You should use Nair because I like for those photos that I took. I Naired my arms. I didn't do anything. I like trimmed my like armpit hair so it's not all bushy and weird, but like so you could actually see some like definition like in my armpit because like there was so little fat left, like you could see striations in my goddamn armpit. I did Nair my legs, but those pictures just looked too gay. They just looked too gay. There was just
I've never had trouble shaving my arms. I never got the pin. No, I don't know. I guess I'm.
It's how far up? Because it's usually I've done it twice. Because I did it once, and then the one time I was like, I fucked this up somehow, and I tried to do it in a more professional way.
I shaved my whole arm, my armpit, my deltoid. I was a swimmer.
Oh, you got lucky there. That's usually that's a pretty common thing.
The area I had trouble is I guess the whole like they called them pussy pimples. Like the area. So back in the day, you wore those tiny swimsuits that the swimmers wore. Now they have like bicycle shorts, but back in the day they wore little banana holsters, and
you did a bikini one.
Yeah, I guess so. The bikini area would like probably rub against the newly shaved hair and cause little pimple things.
Yeah, Nair is great for that. Like I use Nair there, and you don't get like ingrown hairs or anything. You got to be careful with it, or you'll burn yourself. And I use aftershave afterwards to like make sure there's not like because it will like burn enough skin. Yeah, it hurts like hell. Yeah, it's incredibly painful. Fuck. Yeah.